Do you also struggle with passing challenges? Does it maybe take a long while for you to pass them, or are you just failing them completely? Well, then this video is for you. In this video I will show you how I passed my challenge in one trade. Let's get into the video. Okay guys, so as you can see, we're now inside of my MetaTrader 5 account. I will go to the history, everything is in Dutch, so this is history. And as you can see, we have taken 4 trades on this account and the overall target was hit. Now, I hear you saying already, why did you say it was passed in one trade while you took 4? Basically, the first one was a break-even trade and the next 3 were all one trade ID. Let me show you on the charts. Okay guys, let's go over the EURUSD trade first. As you can see, this was the EURUSD trade. Basically, price took out buy side liquidity. We came down a lot right here, and there I made a mistake because I'm now a bit experiencing with putting my trade to break even basically whenever it is going already my way. So right here we hit 1/1 R position, and this is where I put my trade on break even. And then it came back up to that break-even point to stop me out, and then it went straight to take profit. So this is the reason basically why I never ever manage my trades or put it on break-even, purely because trades like this happen so much to me. And now I'm just seeing where I can improve more on my strategy, on my trading style, on my entries, on my exits. And I think that putting my stop loss to break even is a valid thing for me to do at this stage in my trading career. So I'm just looking how I can integrate this the best way without these things happening to me. So this was the EURUSD trade. Basically a very simple trade, and let me go to the bigger picture to show you guys even that. As you can see, we were very bullish last week, so I knew, okay, at some point we will most probably go for these imbalances to fill them up. So I was anticipating that to happen right here, and basically, as you can see, we made double tops right here, double tops, and on the 50-minute there are even more clear double tops, as you can see right here, and they were taken out by this very nice buy side liquidity run. Then I just targeted sell side on this run right here, and that was the trade. As you can see, sell side got taken out, and we are immediately aiming for buy side again, where we're going upwards before we are shifting downwards, and this is where we are right now in time. Ladies and gentlemen, today is your lucky day. I will not be doing 1, 2, but 3 funding challenge account giveaways. The only thing that you need to do is follow me on YouTube, so subscribe, like the video, comment down below why you need to win, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter and show me some love there. I will be choosing the 3 lucky winners by the end of this week, so that will be on the 23rd of July 2023. This account will be with the funding company Funded Next. As you already know, they're the best in the game. May the best trader win, and good luck. So then let's go to the trade that made it all, and that was the GJ trade. Not this one, this is a trade that I took in the challenge for the phase 1 to fund it and pay out the challenge basically. So let me see, where was this? This was somewhere around here. Let me see for the correct data. So we took the first position at 181.05. So if I'm correct, this was on the 18th of July. So the 18th of July will be here. Then we took it at 9:36. So basically this was our entry right here somewhere, and let me put this in correctly. So this was basically the trade that I entered. It was the same one that I took on the live challenge account from the phase 1 to the funded account. So I entered a bit late. I was basically just calculating my lots and everything, and I entered a bit late. So that's why it resulted in a 1.4 risk to reward. So this trade hit take profit somewhere around here. I closed it. And then we saw this price coming back up, and basically in the morning I discussed that I want to see price come back to the zone, and then we have a reaction lower, and that's basically what happened right here. So at 13:55, so somewhere around here, I entered my second position. Let me put my entries in. So this was my second trade, but basically my stop loss was somewhere around here. It was just a 1 of a 2 position, and then when I scaled in, I decided to put my stop loss right here. So that's why my stop loss is saying it is at 181.32. But let's just keep it right here. So this was basically my second trade, and then my third trade happened a little bit later, and my entry was at 09, exactly at this line. That's why I drew this line on. Stop loss was at the same point that I drew the other one on, and the take profit was taken also at 74. Now, these were basically 3 very easy and very normal ordinary trades. How did this make me pass my challenge? And that is basically by using the right risk. So I saw this opportunity happening on GBP JPY, and I didn't hesitate a second. I knew it was going to go short, and I knew it was going to take out these previous lows and basically be bearish for the day. And at a moment in time, guys, when you have that realization, when you have that epiphany, don't be scared to risk more, because at this moment in time, it is time to capitalize. And if it is time to capitalize, this means that you have your A+ setup and you are just going to scale in where possible in order to meet your criteria for the day, for the month, whatever it is where you are stopping, right? But if you are just trying to capitalize as much as possible, I would advise you to really be aware of the fact that you want to treat each trade separately and that each trade needs to be a solid trade in its own. So for these examples, I went to the 1 minute. But let's say just on the 5 minute, as you can see, we had this very large bearish engulfing right here on the 5 minute. Price came back into the bearish engulfing and it gave a reaction out of there. I was like, okay, this is time for me to enter. I entered, stopped above there, 1/2. 1/2 was perfectly at the previous sell side liquidity, so that was my trade. Then the second one, basically exactly the same thing happened. Price came down, came back up, rejected it, gave a very good reaction right here. And then this candle is the moment in time that I entered, stopped above here, and the same take profit as this one. In reality, I didn't put take profits on. That's why this first position was not stopped out before the second position also got entered. I just had this both at the same time open, and I was aiming for this sell side liquidity right here. So guys, this is basically how I always pass my challenges of 1 or 2 takes, just by risking 2%. But that is very, very important that you know what your A+ setups are, that you know where you need to look for in the markets and what you need to look for in the markets. And if you don't have that in place yet, I would advise you to just keep your risk small and really take advantage right now of that unlimited time limit. Because as I said in the previous video where I'm taking that challenge, there is no need for you to do this aggressively anymore. There's no need for you to pass this in 1 or 2 days. For me, it is just a little challenge that I like to do to get these challenges through as quickly as possible, since I don't want to be stuck in these challenges anymore, as I'm already a funded trader. So that is the reasoning behind me risking a lot to just get over with these challenges. So I would say, if I can give you 3 tips on how you can do this too, is first of all, identify what your A+ setup is. If you don't know how to do that, check out my latest video where I will be talking about identifying an A+ setup. Second thing is scout all of your pairs and identify the best setup possible and where your A+ setup is possibly forming. And then let's say if it is in 3 pairs, really try to look for and identify the best pair of these 3 possible where you can take your trade, so that you have the ultimate entry for your A+ setup, because you're risking a lot, so it has a lot of the line, so it needs to be perfect. Then thirdly, only go for 1/2s, 1/3s, because there's no need for you to go higher in this case if you're passing a challenge anyway. Just aim for that 8% and you're done, you're out. So really monitor that closely, or put your take profit a little bit above 1/4R or 2 times a little bit above 1/2R, so that you've calculated in those commission costs. Guys, also be aware that this way you have way more risk of losing it and not passing it than if you would just keep your risk low. But on the other hand, you will be funded a lot quicker. And for my psychology, this works a lot better in order to pass the challenge. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye guys.